Hello Taurus, Elsie here, just to drop a read for you, my friends. It is late on a Sunday evening, but every time I sit down at this altar, you do get a read out of me. Thank you so much for the ways that you've been supporting the channel, all your clicks, your views, but a lot of you come by here and you actually have not subscribed. So, and you know, YouTube also goes through this thing where they clear out bots, and so you could have been unsubscribed. So if you just want to check that subscription button, thank you so much for doing that. All right, here we go. Taurus, if you are brand new, welcome to the tribe. I'm your bully sister. And if you are someone who always clicks here, thanks for doing that. Let's take a look here what's going on with Taurus. Tell me about Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, please. We have the Ace of Swords, an aha moment. Somebody's gained some clarity just like that overnight. It's like you woke up and you're like, wait a second. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like somebody is like got all of a sudden gained some clarity on a situation that seemed a little bit foggy. We do have the Five of Pentacles. It might be that you were more focused on lack than you were on anything else. And I feel like you've gained some clarity over the Five of Pentacles. Tell me more about this. We do have, you've been holding on to lack, Taurus. I feel like you have been holding on to lack and you're holding off your abundance by doing so. So, and I mean, it's not all of you, right? But sometimes we can get stuck in this cycle of things that aren't going right for us. And I mean, good God, it's been like, what, 12 years that Taurus has been sort of just shouldering shit and moving on and shouldering stuff and moving on, right? It's been a tough while. So it feels like you've come to some sort of a conclusion, an aha moment. It's a realization or a revelation that maybe you were allowing the Five of Pentacles to hold you back. We have 5 and 4, which is 9. The 9 of Pentacles is very abundant. It's confidence. It's like, I can move this boat forward all by myself. I can build it all by myself. But I feel like you'd been holding on to negative energy or holding on to lack, or maybe feeling on the outside looking in, or maybe you've been dealing with some financial issues as well. I mean, we're in this crazy economy here and everybody's feeling the pinch. So it feels like either you've come up with a big idea to fix that, or you've come up with some clarity, realizing that maybe you had been focused in the wrong direction. What else do we have for Taurus, please? For some of you, I just want to say that sometimes chaos, okay? Chaos, sometimes we live in chaos for so long, and it has been a chaotic 12 years or so for Taurus. Sometimes we live in chaos for so long that it almost seems comfortable. It's like when you're in, for those of you who are already very far along on your healing path, you realize that you do have to give up the chaos in order to go to the calm, right? And I feel like somebody here is holding on to the chaos because chaos is the default. It feels comfortable. It's like if I'm not my chaos and I am not on the outside looking in, if everything really is going great, then what do I do with myself? It feels like you don't know what to do with yourself after that. Tell me more. Got the Four of Wands. Okay, so you've had some sort of a big idea. It could have to do with the home. We do have the Four of Wands here, and this is the solid foundation of a home, like the place where you live. So it feels like either you're having a conversation maybe about a home. Some of you might have a realization that maybe you want to buy a home, right? We're looking at Pentacles here, and although we have the 5, the 4 is here and we have 9. So it looks like there's something that you're building towards, I want to say. That you're holding on to a hope that this idea is going to pan out, but I feel like you really got to do your best to get out of the 5 of Pentacles, whether that is a financial situation or a place in the mind, in the 3D, that maybe you're living in a way that maybe you feel like you're in lack, or you're very focused on what you don't have rather than what you could have. We have the 6 of Wands. 6 and 4 is 9. So we've got 9s, right? We're going towards some sort of the end of cycles, possibly. Going to be completing cycles soon. The 6 of Wands is about winning the race. It's kind of about the victory, right? Victory after the fight. Now, I want to say that with the 6 of Wands here, I want to say you are going to have victory over this 5 of Pentacles here, Taurus. So I feel like if you can, it's really time to start making some positive affirmations. And it's never going to change. Like, what I want to say is that if you're the one who lives in lack, now look, I always talk about poverty and people get mad at me when I say it. So I'm just going to say it and you can be mad. But the thing about with poverty is it is unfortunately handed down from generation to generation. And it is a mindset as well. It is a negative mindset. It absolutely has everything to do with economic devaluing. It has everything to do with economic circumstances. Yes, I'm not telling you that it's not, but what I want to say, that the first thing and the only thing that you have control over, Taurus, is to change your mind. And so I feel like when you change your mind, I feel like you change your whole situation. So I want to say that somebody here has had a big idea, and it's like a hope or clarity. It's a realization that if I can, instead of feeling in lack and holding on to it, if I can combine these two and get into a 9 of Pentacles energy, I can do this myself. I can build myself to a place of the King of Pentacles, which is you, Taurus, right? The King of Pentacles is you. So the King of Pentacles showing up in a general reading also means Virgo and Capricorn energy. But I want to say that it's time for you to get the victory over this 5 of Pentacles. And I think it's the perception of the way you've been looking at it. And I wonder if we'll see the Hanged Man. But it feels like it is a perception, I want to say, that you've been holding on to. But I really do think it's been handed down traditionally from generation to generation. Like Taurus, maybe you're the first person in a long line of people who were living in scarcity. I'm not enough. I don't have enough. That kind of energy. Maybe you're the first one to break the chains and get the victory over the 5 of Pentacles. So your posterity, your children, and your children's children can live in a better way. We have the 7 of Pentacles. And yeah, it's I just, right away, as soon as I put it down, I heard Huey Lewis in the News, Jacob's Ladder, step by step, rung by rung, higher and higher. So it feels as though it is about growth. It's about nurturing the self. It's about moving forward. It's about having those seeds of intention and picking a path, throwing those seeds of intention and then waiting around to nurture them. Because I really do feel, although this is taking a really long time, like I feel like you've been waiting for the victory for a very long time. I think it starts with hope. And I think that's what this is, Taurus. I think that it's hope that I can have my own home, that'll have a stable place to live, that I will be happy within the 4 walls that I create literally out of a thought or a dream or a realization here. Tell me about the Ace of Swords, please. Tell me about the Ace of Swords. We have the Death card. It's transformation. It feels like you're changing your mind, right? That's what it feels like here. Transformation, and transformation brings change. That's the Death card. So death to whatever was going on in the past, and what comes after death is a new beginning. And the new beginning is whatever's going on in the mind. I feel like you are changing your mind or transforming the way that you think. So there's 2 ways to look at the 8 of Cups. I want to say you're changing the way you think. You can see this person. Some people will see this as somebody walking away, and some people will see this someone walking to something, right? So it does look like there are 3 cups that are poured out here. It feels like wherever you're leaving, and I feel like it's a place in the mind that you're leaving, an emotional place in the mind. It feels like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cups are here, and it feels like there is regret that you do have to leave, but it's time to leave the tradition, and it's time for you to not follow in the steps of the people that came before you. It's time for you to find your own way, I want to say. And so that's the realization here, that it is time for you to pull out of this vibration of feeling in lack or being focused on the happiness that money creates. Because I mean, unless you've been wealthy, you don't know that happiness is not created through money. It does make life easier. Absolutely, it does make life easier, but it presents its own problems with gluttony as well. We do have the 8 of Cups. It's you walking away, and it feels like you are very focused on you and your happiness. And we do have the Knight who is touching their own chest. It's like, this is for me. I'm keeping this cup for me because I love me. We have the 8 and the 1 is 9. It's a realization, Taurus. It feels like it's a big aha moment that had been concealed to you up till now. It had been concealed from you. It feels like you've been stuck in the mind, and the Ace of Swords to me is like, I just need to love myself more. I need to give myself the cup instead of giving it all away to other people. It's time for me to walk out of the vibration. I need to end whatever it is that I was settling for in the 3D world here. And it feels like that is the aha moment that you have. That it's time for you to move on. You can allow whoever, if there's people in your life, Taurus, and they want to stay in that vibration, let them stay there. But it's time for you to move on. I feel like it's time for you to move forward here. The Five of Pentacles brings up the Two of Swords, which is a block. And so this is what I was saying. I feel like somebody here that's watching, and maybe it's not you, maybe it's somebody else, but it feels like that somebody is blocking themselves from their abundance because they're very focused on the 5 and don't see the 4 in the future. And the 4 and the 5 is the 9, which is the financial independence. So it feels like you don't see the situation for what it is because you're blinded by either an impoverished way of thinking or you feel like you don't have enough. Living in scarcity is like feeling like you aren't enough, or you don't have enough, or you don't have any worth. And I feel like for somebody here, and it might not be you, but somebody here, it feels like you're blocking yourself from this here. This is what you're blocking yourself from. It's like you don't feel like you should reserve a cup for yourself. But I feel like the Knight in this particular deck is telling you to reserve a cup for yourself. It's time for you to love you. I feel like you're, this 5 of Pentacles is blocking you from some really beautiful things here. Look, the 10 of Pentacles, or the 10 of Cups. It's like the lack, being focused on the negative or focused on what you don't have is blocking you from the 10 cups, from whatever is the most beautiful thing. It feels like that this energy here, I feel that you're going to bust out of this energy. The Tower is here. And the Tower, as I always say in all my readings, you probably get tired of hearing me say it, but the Tower is mercy. The universe comes along with the Tower when you are stuck. I just did a reading about that, being stuck, and people who are holding you back, but really understand that, you know, people are holding you back, but you allow people to hold you back because you don't want to leave the vibration. You love your soul tribe, your family, your best friend, but they're not willing to grow. They're not willing to go where you're going. And so you're going to have to break away from the pack and do it yourself. The 8 of Cups is here. So we do have the Tower, which is Scorpio energy, Mars energy, which is really tough to get through. And I want to say that you have been through some super tough times. But I also want to say that the Tower being here is telling me that it was an illusion. So it feels like when the Tower comes, it breaks down the illusion. And the illusion was that you were blocked, that you didn't have enough, that you weren't enough, that you couldn't move forward, that you couldn't have the house. And it feels like that you may have been holding on to that energy, Taurus, for a bit. Maybe you're out of the energy now, but you were holding on to it for a bit, I feel. So the Tower is here really to break down the illusion. When you're standing straight at the Tower, when you're standing right up to the Tower and you can see nothing but the stone, right? When the Tower falls, you can see past the other side, and it's like, oh, I didn't know there was a way to go over there. We've got the 3 of Pentacles. We've got the 3 of Cups. So look, we've got 2 3s. And we've got the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, it does feel like somebody here has been holding on to scarcity. And I feel like you're about to get out of that. It's going to come with a Tower, which is terrible. Like the Tower is never fun. It's a lot of change. Things are falling apart. And the only reason things fall apart, Taurus, is so they can fall back together again. So I feel like for some of you, this might hit your family. So the Tower might, this Tower might fall on the 10 of Cups. But I really do feel what the Tower is here for is to fall on this, to show you that, to take the blindfold off so you can see the way, so you can see that there's another way around the Tower. And other than having to climb straight over it, I feel like the Tower is coming here as mercy, to fall anything that has been an illusion for you. We do have the 4 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Pentacles to me is being shut down or shut off or not being open to whatever possibly opportunities are coming here. Because we can get in a mindset where it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stretch outside of my boundaries, right? 4s are about boundaries. And it's a hard time stepping over the boundary when you're shut off and closed down. I feel like there is somebody who you know, who is a friend, or somebody who is on your team, maybe someone in the corporate world, someone you work with, but it feels like somebody's been trying to maybe gently push you into some sort of a partnership. And we do have 7 Pentacles here. They're trying to get you to cast your seeds in a different direction. So I feel like this is somebody who is also very grounded. They could be someone who is earth energy, because we are looking at Pentacles. It is somebody here who I feel that you maybe have gone out with, celebrated with, somebody who has a really upbeat attitude, somebody who's always willing to take you out. Do you want to come out with me and my partners? It feels like somebody is trying to move you in the right direction so they can get you into a group of people who are used to living in the Ten of Pentacles. So sometimes it's an economical issue, right? It's an economics issue. And sometimes when we live in a certain economic bracket, we feel like we don't fit into another economic bracket, Taurus. And I feel like there is somebody here in your life who is going to invite you in to a bunch of people, like a group of people who are in a different economic bracket than you. And I want to say that maybe you're in the 5 and they're in the 10. But I feel like this person does it because they're holding on to you in this partnership and friendship. They see the potential in you, Taurus. So I feel like you have someone in your midst who is really willing to help you out and pull you into some sort of a group of people who are making a lot of money, who are living in an abundant way or an abundant mindset. Tell me about the 4 of Wands, please. We've got the 7 of Cups in the reverse. We've got the 9 of Swords and the 9 of Cups. Isn't that interesting? We're sort of at the end of cycles here. So I want to say that they choose you. I want to say that because this group of people chooses you, I do believe that you are going to get your realization, your aha moment, your moment of triumph here. I feel like you are going to get your own home, or you're going to be working towards stability in your own home. When the 7 of Cups turns up in the reverse for me, it's I choose you. It's like I'm making a decision to do it now. Taurus, you're making a decision. These people, I feel, are motivating you to make a decision. And I feel like it's the 9 of Swords that you're getting out of. I feel like it's a change of mind. It keeps coming up, right? It feels like you really are changing your mind, and that's really the only way to change your life, is to change your mind. Who said that? Joe Dispenza, I think, said that. Change your life, change your mind. It is true, y'all. I know it is. I live it. I live it. I do. Change your mind, change your life. So we go from the 9 of Swords to the 9 of Cups. I feel like you've realized that maybe you've been looking at some things in a negative way instead of saying, I'm never going to be able to own a 5,000 square foot home. Maybe you're like, well, the possibility is there now. I feel like you're brought into a group of people that are happy, that make you happy and are very abundant. And I feel like this person, a friend of yours, feels like they pull you into this group of people, and that's where you get that that realization that it can be yours as well. Tell me about the 6 of Wands. We have the Moon. See, you don't see the victory, Taurus. Things are not as they seem. It feels like you don't see that there is a victory here, that you're almost at the end of, you know, we've got 9s, right? You're almost at the end of a cycle where things are going to really start to get better moving forward. We've got Piscean and Cancer energy here. We've got the High Priestess. Look, these people are teaching you to think with your not only your intellect, but to think with your gut feeling, to go with your gut, to go with your intuition, right? The High Priestess is here. And then we have the 7 of Swords. So even though things on the surface, maybe you can't see them, or they seem, it feels like this is a bit of skepticism. It's like, are they trying to get away with something? You know, like, how can these people be this happy? How, you know, it's like, it feels like you're in the 5 of Pentacles when you get into this group of people here, and they show you how really grand and beautiful life can be. And it's almost like you're a little bit cynical at first. Cynicism is good, but I feel like you don't see it. I feel like it's concealed from you. You think they're lying. Where these people must have gotten money from their parents, who got money from their parents. It must be generational wealth. It feels like you are trying to figure it out here. You're trying to feel these people out with your intuition here. We've got the High Priestess, who is Piscean energy. This is someone who is very connected to the universe. This is someone who is very, you know, this person has thoughts and feelings and the way that they nourish others. This person has a lot of wisdom. They're probably older. Maybe you're older, but maybe someone in this group is older. Take it as it resonates. And I feel like with the moon and the high priestess here, it's like you've decided that you're going to dive into the moon energy and see what's hiding there. What's your block? Like maybe it's your block and it's time to check in with your intuition and find out what's in the moon energy. It's the only way that you are going to get to the victory here. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles, please, for Taurus. Yeah, look, it grows. You nurture it. You nurture it, and it grows. But not everybody can go where you're going. Right? There's going to be a lot of people who are going to look at you and say, look, are we even friends? Why would you be moving out of state? Why would you be leaving this job to go to the next? I remember when I left my corporate job, I had people coming up to me and saying, please don't go. Please don't go. Please come back. What are you doing? Like, these people loved me, but they wanted me to stay in their vibration. And where I was going, they couldn't go. So it feels like the Six of Cups in the reverse is people saying to you, look, are we even friends? Do I even know you? Who are you, Taurus? What are you doing? But I feel like you've casted your seeds of intention and you're off in another direction, and these people are still stuck in the vibration, and now they're like, okay, fine, then you don't know me, then I'm not your friend. It's like they want to give up the memories of you being in their vibration. When you move to the next vibration, it feels like they're trying to hold you back a little bit. They want you to stay, but you got places to go, Taurus. You got places to go. You got to take the leap of faith. It's time. The universe is signaling to you that with this new group of friends here, that they're abundant. And even if they're not, even if they go home and they're barely paying the rent and barely making groceries, this is an abundant mindset. This is, I am worth it. I'm calling it in. I'm telling the universe that I know that I got it. I know that I got this. I know that it is something that I am going to strive to have. I feel like they give you a different perspective, Taurus. They give you a different perspective, which puts you in the King of Wands energy. And the King of Wands energy, the King's not moving anywhere unless they're inspired. I think this group of people inspires you, Taurus. They inspire you to look at things from a different direction, and it in turn inspires you to take a leap of faith. But look, not everybody's going to be happy for your leap of faith. Not everybody in your life is going to be happy for your leap of faith. But you got to be brave enough to be able to do it on your own if you want to get out of the Five of Pentacles. The Tower is here to help you with that. So we do have the King. We do have the King. We do have the Devil in reverse, which I love. And then we have the Four of Swords. The Devil in reverse is release. I feel like you're releasing a bunch of stuff, Taurus. You may be releasing and healing at the same time. The devil no longer has hold on you. You no longer have doubt. You no longer feel like you can't do it. You no longer feel like you're chained to poverty or an impoverished mindset or feeling like you can't do it. I feel like because these people have empowered you, that you have been inspired, or you feel inspired to step forward, because the King never gives up. Right? The King is someone who will never stop until they get what they want. The only thing standing between the King and what they want is death. Like, the King will go, he will go, rather jump into you know, the pit with the devil, rather than stop what they're doing. This person always gets what they want. So I think that this group empowers you to do that. It's because they empower you with some healing. They're telling you, look, Taurus, let it go. Let it go and heal it. That's all you got to do, my friend. There it is, the Queen of Wands, the compassionate, lovely, psychic, beautiful, someone who is a parent, someone who is a mentor, someone who is probably going to show you the way, someone who's showing you that you can have it all, and love too, and love for self. She's holding that cup, right, that the Knight is holding here. You can have it all for yourself. The Wheel of Fortune is coming. So much beautiful, emotional change is coming, Taurus. That's the badass one, right? She's the one that doesn't give up at all. She's the one that does it on her own, the independent one. And the Wheel of Fortune is here. Taurus, you're right here, right? Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo energy. I feel like this is really awesome. This is really awesome. It's moving you forward, possibly into this Empress energy. We're halfway to the Empress here. I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for watching, Taurus. I'm going to go for now. Love you guys. I'll be back because I'm always back. And I'm out. Love ya. Bye.